the individual that I have the contact with at work, it was very interesting that he was talking recently and was talking religious speak, and I realized that he must have been quite a searcher of a radical context when he began using terminology when talking to another coworker of mine of the 5%er organization, which is an offshoot of Islam, which is a black militant organization, offshoot of the Nation of Islam, a black militant organization, and it has a belief system that 85% of the world is blind, 10% of the world is controlling, and 5% of the world has their eyes wide open, was the way he was saying it. I've had a lot of direct contact with 5%ers and know of a lot of their belief systems, and I was somewhat alarmed to hear him using the talk, and I had briefly honed in on the fact that he was aware, and now I was aware of these talks, when he used the term show and prove, in terms of me sifting through the information that he was going to give me, and that, that's what they say, and I recognized right away the street term, and I recognized it as a 5%er term, and do the math, also another 5%er term is what I responded with. So I found that very interesting that his exposure has is of a radical base before he even entered in through the doors of the Jehovah Witnesses, which brings up the question of how strong is your belief in this belief, and it's very complex. What is the firm foundation of faith in the mind of the believer? And so I have in contact with me a believer where their faith is somewhat suspect in terms of what what do they really believe, and how much of it is covered in this doctrine, and do they march in step and fall in line with what they're talking about, and